Good morning, y'all. It's February 5th and it's 52 degrees out here. It's Sunday morning and the sun's going to come out today. The high is going to be 65. I'm super excited about it because I'm going to drag all my pots out again. We had a little bit of a cold snap and I was concerned that it was going to freeze, so I drug all my pots back in the potting shed. My name's Rachel. I'm gardening for butterflies on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. And I thought this morning I would take y'all and show you how I gather some camellias, because we've got some gorgeous camellias. And I'm going to show you what's going on in the garden. And I can't wait to show you. So come along. Before we gather camellias, I was going to just show you some more little miniature miracles that are happening. So here's some Duranta. It's coming back. I cut it all the way down to the ground because it was icky. And I've got a bunch of, I threw pansy seeds out here. So I've got a bunch of pansies like coming up right here. And then I wanted to show you when I cut back the Cecile Brunner rose, it started growing back, and that was dumb. I should have waited until February, and it started growing back and then it froze. And now it's not dead, it is growing back too. So just a miracle right there. That thing, I guess you can't kill a Cecile Brunner rose. But so everything's just still looking brown and icky. Let me show you the gorgeous camellias. The camellias are blooming and they are alive with honeybee activity. Look at how absolutely gorgeous they are, and just this precious little honeybee. Yeah, they're just like, this is mine. These are in the front, and a long time ago, the people who built this house planted this, and it has just been spectacular. What I like to do is bring some blooms in and float them in a camellia dish. I'll show you. Look at all of the blossoms that have fallen to the ground, but still there's a ton on this camellia bush, and we're going to cut some. But I was going to show you the reason why you don't put a camellia in a vase is because when you do, the whole thing is it's going to fall off onto your tabletop just like that. Boom. That's why you float camellia blossoms. So I was going to show y'all what a camellia bowl looks like, and I was going to show you how I put them on the table and display them. I like to find the freshest looking ones possible. This one looks really good. It doesn't have any brown on it. It looks perfect. And I'm just going to cut it. Let's see if you can watch me do it. It's probably going to fall, but I'm just going to cut it right there and take it. And I'm just going to lay it in. I left my basket way over here. Lay it in my basket until I can put it in a bowl. All right, I think I have collected plenty of camellias now. Probably the only thing in this collection that's actually as much like a camellia bowl as it should be is this one, because it's a little more shallow and the sides are kind of flared out. And I'm probably not even doing this right, but I like it. Do y'all hear the church bells? I hope you could hear the church bells. That was so magical. But yeah, so it's 8 o'clock now, and here are my camellias. I'm going to put them on the dining room table and enjoy them for as long as I can. There are no signs of life except for this birdie in the lemon tree. I'm concerned about it. But you can see the tangerine tree has got so many buds on it. It is not dead. Also, the orange tree is springing back to life. And look at the interesting thing that's happening in the middle of the Venus flytrap. I'm trying to zoom in on that thing right there. I don't know if that's going to be a new trap. Gosh, why will it not? That thing in the middle. Or if it's a flower, I have no idea. So that is a very interesting development. And you know what? I think I have another Venus flytrap like baby, like right there. Look how tiny that is. And then my pitcher plant is still alive. That's about all I can really say for it. But the rest of the bog garden is making it. I think the violets are planning a takeover. We're not going to let that happen, but that's how it's going right now. I gotta show y'all something crazy going on with the kale. Okay, y'all remember when I planted these seedlings, and they were all kind of the same size, except this last one on the end was little. But look at this one. Look how huge it is compared to the other ones, and it's in the smallest pot. And I'm not quite sure why that's happening. Maybe there's more nutrients in this soil, in this potting soil, but it's just crazy to me that that one's so much happier than the rest of them, and he's got less room. And then my fennel's coming back. I'm so thankful for that. I've got another couple of precious blooms on my Desdemona, making me so happy. She smells so good. I love just how, do you see how golden the center of that one is? Can you see that? Isn't it just, oh, they're just, oh, I don't know, roses just make me so happy. Once again, I just drug everything in here willy-nilly. There's no rhyme or reason to it at all. I didn't clean off the desk to do the seedlings. I just decided I'd put them in the drawer. And it's incredible, y'all, because I planted these on Monday. And they have already, some of them have already sprouted. And I am, let's see, what's this? I think that's rue right there. Do you see the little, I hope it is at least. Or it could be Gomphrena. I am growing more Gomphrena, even though they smell like horrible, horrible BO, because the butterflies love them. And I'll just hold my nose when I'm around them, because, you know, I am gardening for butterflies. So, oh, my cuttings, I potted them up, and I'm sure you've seen them in these bigger pots, this salvia. But look, they've got flowers about to come out. And then this little thing right here, this is a salvia, and I see gardens with huge stands of these, and they're so happy and healthy. Mine, I have two of them, just were sad and half dead most of the year. Right after I took them home from the nursery, they just were pathetic. And I don't know if it's because they don't like heat. I don't know what I've done, but they like it here in the winter. I mean, this is about as good as they've ever looked since I bought them. Well, this one. So if y'all know a trick to those, maybe they like more shade. I mean, they just seem so tough. They seem like they would like, you know, heat and sun, and they're so leathery. But I don't know. They just like it now. And then, of course, the coral nymph salvia looking darker. Don't those look like two different colors almost right there? This one compared to that one. So, kind of interesting. I'm going to drag everything back outside today because the weather is going to be pretty good for the rest of the week. It's going to be up in the like 50s and 60s. And next weekend, I think it's supposed to freeze again. And I'm going to plant some more seeds, start some more seeds. And that's pretty much what I am going to do today. I'm not sure if this is black and blue salvia or Amistad salvia. This is one of the ones that I dug up from out of the yard that looked like it was completely dead after the freeze. And just look how happy and green and healthy it is. I'm super, super excited about it. That was definitely a good call on the Achillea. I have to keep showing. Look how happy it is. It's fluffy. It's growing straight up. I hope it'll flower this year, because this is one that I started from seed last year. And it did grow tall. It never flowered. But I love this feathery greenery that it has. If you ever buy wild petunia you will have it everywhere. So this is a wild petunia. These seeds fell into this pot, and so did this Jewels of Opar. See if you can see it's about to flower. This is just kind of one of those wild pots that things fell into. Oh look, I even have some coleus right there. Bunch of coleus coming up. Those coleus seedlings just reminded me that I wanted to tell you all about this. Now this is not the same packet because I got a new packet recently, but these are the seeds that I bought last year that I started a bunch of coleus with. And I was so surprised how easy it was to grow coleus from seed. I mean, just shockingly easy. The only thing that I'm disappointed with, of course, is that you don't know what you're going to get when they first come up. They could be any of these colors. So some of them weren't like my favorite colors, and I did put them kind of around the garden. I tried to save some cuttings from my favorite coleus, and I'm not quite sure if I was going to show y'all the ones that, now I know I did not start these from seeds. I bought these, but these I think I might have started from seed. And aren't they cute with their little frilly edges and their green? So I think some of these are the ones that I actually did start from seed last year. So see these little seedlings right here? You can't really tell what they're going to be when they get bigger. They all look like baby coleus. You got to let them grow bigger before you know whether you're going to really like them or not. This is for you, Pam. Rawr, rawr, rawr. Here's one that's not wet. Rawr. Look at those teeth. Rawr. Yeah, they're a little snapdragon-y. That's kind of fun. Rawr. Rawr. Look at the gorgeous jewels of water lining this rose. So lovely. This Queen of Sweden rose is already enthralling me just with her tiny, beautiful little leaves. I repotted this Salvia leucantha. It needed a bigger pot, and look, it is flowering, a couple of flowers. But even without the flowers, because it takes a while for it to flower, but look at the gorgeous foliage. I mean, it is just a lovely gray-green with these beautiful white velvety stems, silvery white. It is a lovely plant, and it really wants to live here. It's very, I would recommend it to anyone. You can see with the Salvia leucantha, it's sagey qualities, saginess. I don't know if all salvias are sages and all sages are salvias, but doesn't it look very sage-ish? This is a black-eyed Susan plant that withstood the freezing temperatures, because I left it out here when it was at 20 degrees for 5 straight days, and it lived. And not only that, but there are tiny little seedlings in this pot. So I'm not going to leave this in this pot because I have big plans for this pot. So I'm going to take them out and pot them in little pots and have a bunch of black-eyed Susans. Look at this silly thing. This black-eyed Susan not only survived the freezing temps, but look, there's an actual flower down here. Aha, about to bloom. Look at this tightly furled bud about to pop open. There are some surprises on this bush because some of the camellias are totally pink, and I don't know if that was because they were grafted branches or if these are just anomalies. This one just has a few blooms open on it so far, but I really love it because it always looks like the blossoms are lit from within because of the gradation of the color. They are just so lovely. So when it's covered in blossom, I will show y'all. This Carolina jessamine vine is blooming and it has a sweet scent. What I'm hoping is that it will grow very thick and full on this fence so that we cannot see the fence anymore. But it has a sweet smell to it. Here are some blooms down here. I don't know how to describe the scent, but isn't it just a lovely, sweet little flower? I bought some mountain mint several years ago and I propagated it, and the other day I was pulling some out in the front yard and I pulled it up by the roots, and I thought, well, I mean, not the other day, maybe about a month ago. So I thought maybe I could just toss it in this pot and it would grow, and it has. So I really like mountain mint. It's a very different kind of plant, and it's got some really pretty flowers on it, and the bees like it. I should have brought this pot into the garage when we had a threat of another freeze, and I didn't, but luckily it survived. It just turned some of the leaves a little ugly. But I was going to show y'all what's so cool about its, I guess it's its seed pods. Look at these things. Aren't these neat? Aren't they just so weird? And oh, and they pop. Wait, let's see. You hear that? Pop. Yeah, so this is a plant that I bought from one of the guys at Palafox Market. I didn't know what it was. I just was just like, that looks neat. And I've had it for a couple of years. And I guess some of the seeds have fallen into this other pot. This is a pot that has ginger in it. And there they are. They're growing up. So I've got ginger, I've got violets, I've got an errant castor bean coming up, and some other kind of odd bush. This is kind of like, this pot's a catch-all. Oh, and here, right here, elephant ear. This pot is a menagerie. Thank y'all so much for joining me in my garden today. I can't wait to find out what's happening with y'all. It's so exciting, y'all. Just 4 more weeks. So we can just hold on. So God bless you and have a great week. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.